ॐ श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। So let us chant from verse number 22. Bhavani. वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय
वासांसि जीवानि यताः
वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति
नरोपराणि
तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः। Yeah. So we were discussing this 23rd verse, shloka. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Atma cannot be cut, Atma cannot be burnt, Atma cannot be drowned, Atma cannot be dried or dehydrated. This is the Atma is indestructible. Ityarthaha. That is what Krishna is saying here. So we introduced Panchabhutas because we were looking at this idea of destruction. What can destroy what? This is what we were trying to look at. So instead of taking all the objects of this world and giving examples, we use the Panchabhuta model. And because anything, this entire world, including this body, fits in that Panchabhuta model. Akashaha, Vayuhu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi. So we were asking, can any of these Panchabhutas affect the other Panchabhuta? And we said yes, because all these Panchabhutas are of the same order of reality. And so those which are in the same order of reality can affect each other, can change each other, can hurt each other, can impact each other in some way or the other. So we gave the example of the tree and shadow to remind ourselves that the shadow, even though it appears to be there, it is a different level of reality than the tree. And so the shadow of a tree cannot be used to hurt some other person. So we said all this. And so among the Panchabhutas, the Prithvi can impact Apaha, which can impact Agni, which can impact Vayuhu. All these are possible. So what about space? Or let's look at it this way. First, let's talk about Vayu, etc. Leave the space for last. So Vayu, air. Air is there. Air is any gas, really speaking, but air is commonly used as an example for Vayu. And air is, of course, a material, and it has many elements in it. And air can change, the composition of air can be changed. Air can be polluted, and carbon monoxide goes into air. Air may have very little carbon monoxide, but we pump more carbon monoxide into it, and we say air is polluted. And can be polluted by so many other things. So air is affected. There is our leaders are always targets of our jokes, and we always make fun of our people. And of course, we have a great entertainer in the current president of US. And it appears that every season, every new government comes, there is always somebody who entertains us. Long ago, there was a person called Dan Quayle. And I remember this from Dan. So Dan Quayle became David Letterman will start a show with Dan Quayle, something Dan Quayle said. That's how it used to be those days. So he said, it is not the pollution that is harming our environment. It is the impurities in the air and water that is harming our environment. Like that he used to say. I remember that very well. So he thinks it is not the pollution, it is the impurities. Okay, that is just a joke. So air pollution is possible. Atmospheric pollution is possible. But space pollution is not possible. So that is how we distinguish space and air. Because space contains anything that wants to be. And so you cannot pollute space. You can pollute the air, you can pollute the atmosphere, you can pollute the water. So the Agni is there. Agni can be affected. Water can be affected. Liquids can be affected. And of course, solids can be, one metal can change from another metal. Acid can become base. Like this, there are so many, all possibilities are possible. So we understand very clearly that Panchabhutas can affect each other, but even though space is of the same order of reality as the other Panchabhutas, space cannot be affected. In other words, something that is of the same order of reality as the others need not be affected. Like space. Space. Because space is an object of my knowledge. I appreciate space. I appreciate time. You can add time there. Time is not affected. If time could be affected, we all would be ready. How can we slow down time? Everybody wants more time. And there's always too much to do. Too much on the plate. There's a lot of things on the plate, Jackman. So I wish I had more time. That's why they say, if it were not for the last minute, nothing would ever get done. So that last minute is so important for us. Correct? So Panchabhuta model, if you analyze, if you take, it helps us see that any entity can be affected by another entity. Now, so death, what is death? Death also is a change of form. Shankara says that anything with anga, limbs, anything with guna means attributes, and anything with rupa means form. Anything with these things can be destroyed. So nashyate. Anything with these things can be destroyed. And but Atma is free from any limbs, any anga. Atma is partless. Atma is nirgunaha. Doesn't have any quality. It's a very boring thing, Atma. There's no qualities at all. At least something must be there to talk about. No, Atma doesn't have any qualities. Nirgunaha. And then Atma has no rupa. No rupa. Rupa means finite. Finite, only a finite entity can have form. That which is all pervasive, sarvagataha, cannot have form. So, because of that, Atma is not available. And it's not available for my objectification. I can't objectify. And furthermore, nothing in this world is in the same order of reality as Atma. Okay. This also we keep in mind. So what about Atma then? Atma is self-evident. Self-evident means what? We discussed this before. Self-evident means everything in this world becomes evident to me, the conscious being. I must say that something exists. And existence is established only in my presence. Otherwise, there is nothing. All the objectification, all the knowledge, nothing takes place. I must exist. And so that Atma is self-existent. And that self-existent Atma, it is self-evident, I said first. And that self-evident Atma is self-existent. And easy to prove that. All you have to do is look at yourself and ask, do I exist? And do I exist? If we ask, we get the answer pretty quickly. And you might say, I'm afraid to exist. That is different. That's a different problem. But will you exist or not? That's all the question is asked. I don't want to exist. Okay, that's a different problem. These are all different problems. But you exist, what to do? We are made to exist now. And you can even recognize that you exist. That's the beauty. So this existence is recognized as Atma. And then the whole creation shines after this Atma. And there is a beautiful shloka also. So natatra suryo bhati, like that we say, we say, when we do harati to Bhagavan, and we show the small flame and we do the harati. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Says, hey, there in Atma, I mean, there means the sun does not shine, the moon does not shine. Nothing shines, means nothing shines by itself. And the sun itself does not shine, the lightning doesn't really shine. What to talk of this small little lamp I'm holding in my hand and I'm doing harati. And I'm supposed to show Bhagavan to everybody. Bhagavan is going to be lighted by this lamp or what? What are you talking? Na tatra surya bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhanti, kutoyam agnihi. Kutoyam agni. This agni, what is it going to do? What purpose does it serve? How can it? What does it think of itself? And no, it can do nothing. So tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. Hey, that Atma alone shines. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Entire world, it makes evident to you. Anubhati, look at that. Everything becomes evident to the conscious being. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. Its brilliance alone illuminates everything in this world. It's a beautiful shloka. So that kind of Atma, which is the adhisthana, which is the basis of everything, how can that be cut? How can that be burnt? How can that be drowned? Hey Arjuna, it's not possible. And you might look at the mirror and you might say, oh my God, you see a frowning face and you see a ferocious face, and we are trying to run away from that because it's too ferocious. No, it will not do anything to you. It's ferocious because I look ferocious. And so like that, this world is only, its reality depends on Atma. And so therefore this statement is being made here. Same the Avinashi that was said earlier before, Veda Vinashinam Nityam, is expanded here by Sri Krishna by giving some examples, 4 examples of destruction, if you will. So Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Yenam Atmanam Shastrani Na Chindanti. Weapons do not slay or cut this self. You can supply the word self. Atma is not there. The word Atma is not there in the shloka. So you can supply it. Enam refers to Atmanam. Enam, Atma. Nor does fire burn it. Yenam Atmanam Pavakaha na dahati. Does not burn. Pavakaha, fire, does not burn. And then what? Water does not wet or drown this Atma. Yenam Atmanam Apaha na kledayanti. I hope you're following. Na cha yenam kledayanti apaha. Apaha yenam Atmanam na kledayanti. Cha means and. And water does not wet or drown this Atma. Na shoshayati maruta. Marutaha yenam Atmanam na shoshayati. Marut, the wind cannot dry or dehydrate this Atma. This is the meaning of this shloka. Okay. So let us, so now there can be a question. There can be a question. Atma cannot be destroyed. But then the rabbit's horns also cannot be destroyed. You know rabbit's horns? It can't be destroyed. It's a very strong thing. It's a small animal, but it has its horns. Nobody can destroy its horns. Really? It's what is made of what? Ebony or even stronger than ebony it's made? Platinum-like material or what? Yeah. It's a very unique material. Scientists are studying it. And the rabbit's horns. And they still haven't figured out how come these horns so strong cannot be destroyed, yet it grows also. Because baby rabbit will have small horns. And then after it grows, it keeps on growing. And so the horn grows also. And nobody can do anything. So how come? Well, that is because rabbit's horns don't exist. There is no such thing called rabbit horns. And those rabbit horns cannot be destroyed, of course. Because what doesn't exist cannot be destroyed. There is a question of destroying something that does not exist. So somebody comes up and gives this argument and says, hey, you're talking about something that doesn't exist. That is why Atma is Ajaha, Nityaha, Puranaha, Shashvataha, Avinashi, Ityadi. You don't understand Atma. Atma is non-existent. Atma is Shunyaha. Great argument. So great argument. But that is where the entire religion comes from, this argument. Remember, look at that. Now you can see how the so-called religions and all, how they come. From the same text it comes. So, Buddhism, Shunyaha, Atma Shunyaha, Shunyavadi is there. So for that, Krishna answers here, this verse number 24. So let's look at that. All right. Let's see who would like to. Yeah. Hemalata. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Yeah. Achedyoyam. Yeah, we're not able to hear you. If you can come closer to the mic. Yeah.
Achedyoyam.
Yeah. Adahyoyam.
Adakyoyam.
Akledyaha.
Akledyaha.
Ashoshya evacha.
Ashoshya evacha.
Nitya sarvagataha.
Nitya sarvagataha.
Sthanuhu.
Thanuhu.
Achaloyam.
Achaloyam.
Sanatanaha.
Sanatanaha.
Achedyoyamadahyoyam.
Achedyoyam daha. Dahyo.
Achedyoyamadahyoyam.
Achedyoyam dahyoyam.
You should say it madahyoyam. Madahyoyam. So you don't stop with Achedyoyamadahyoyam.
Achedyoyamadahyoyam.
Yeah. Akledyo shoshya evacha.
Akledyo shoshya evacha.
Nitya sarvagatasthānuhu.
Nitya sarvagathasthanur.
Achaloyam sanatanaha.
Achaloyam sanatanaha.
Yeah. So that sthanuhu. So normally there is a visarga there. There is a 2 dots there. So we will say sthanuhu if we end with that word. And since the word continues with achalaha, that visarga becomes a repha, ra. So sthanu rachaloyam becomes. Good. So again, achedya. So he's Krishna is repeating the same. Achedya cannot be slain. Adahya cannot be burnt. And akledya na kledayanti apaha. Same thing. Cannot be drowned, cannot be dried. And he mentions a few more things about Atma. Nityaha, Sarvagataha, Sthanuhu, Achalaha, and Sanatanaha. So five descriptions he is giving for Atma, many of which we have already seen. Okay. So here, that I am so important. Look at that. That Atma is so obvious, and constantly our Shastram keeps on reminding us, Atma, you are Atma, you are the Atma. The consciousness that is not produced, that is self-existent, is Atma. So how can I know Atma? What kind of pramanam is needed for me to know Atma? So we say Atma is self-existent. But everything in the world becomes evident to me. Can Atma do I need pratyaksham? So what are the means of knowledge we have at our disposal? If we can recall, what are those? First is pratyaksham, correct? Pratyaksham means inference. Pratyaksham means perception. Perception, direct perception. So I see you are attending the class. Without opening my eyes, I can't make that out. So that is perception. I see you, you see me. Perception. So all sense organs are essentially means to perceive objects directly. Okay. Perception, namely pratyaksham. Then inference, anumanam. Anumanam, inference. So you wanted to come to Coimbatore. So you've been to so many places. And now you know somebody in Coimbatore. And they say Coimbatore is a good place also. So why not combine both and take a vacation, a few days to Coimbatore. And there are other more famous people than Jayakumarji in Coimbatore. So we can go to Isha Yoga, we can go to many other places here, and we can do so many things. And so you book a hotel, you come here, and then you visit me also. Thank you very much. And you took the time. And then we talk, we chat, and then we go to the terrace. And we go to the terrace, and then I show you, look, this is Coimbatore. And you say, my God, these are the mountains. And these Nilgiri mountains, yeah, that's right. This is the Nilgiri mountains. And look at that thing there on that. That's the Marudamalai temple. Marudamalai Kovil. And Lord Muruga is sitting there. And look, we can see the temple right from here. And then we talk, and then you point out to something and say, look, Jayakumarji, there is fire. This fire, where? There is fire. Then I look closely, and then, yeah, there is smoke coming out of there. There is smoke. I see smoke. And you also see smoke. But you didn't say there is smoke. You said there is fire. You saw only smoke. Then we understand, yeah, there is no smoke without fire, Jayakumarji. Don't you know this simple thing? Yeah, okay, I also heard that before. There is no smoke without fire. Therefore, you say, Parvataha Vanniman. Parvataha Vanniman. Parvataha, this Giri, this Parvat, this mountain, this Achala is Vanniman, has fire in it. Vanniman means there is fire on the mountain. Okay, what is that? That is just pure inference. Anumanam. So, pratyaksham, anumanam. Then what? Then arthapattihi. Arthapattihi. Presumption. Presumption. And further inference. So, all this diagnostics, today's diagnostics, also inference, but then a lot of measurements. And then one after the other inference is being made. And therefore, all this ECG and all the blood tests and all these things are done. And a lot of data are there from which there is an inference that is made. You have this kind of disorder. And we therefore know how to take care of it. And then treatment is prescribed. Arthapattihi. Okay. Pratyaksham, anumanam, arthapattihi. And then what? Upamanam. Upamanam. Upamanam means illustration. Illustration. So, what examples can we give? So some Some animals we have not seen. And turkey, remember this turkey was a new animal until I went to America. I never heard of turkey. And I don't know why. What is the special thing about turkey? So what is turkey? Turkey is like a peacock, but really doesn't have all those feathers, and it has a long neck. And like this, you give an explanation. And so then that it's bigger than a hen, and etc. If you say, then you have just told me it is a bird, and it has some feathers, and it has the size of a hen, etc. That is called turkey. And you may give few more examples. So without seeing the bird, I get an idea of the bird. This is called upamana. Upamana. So many fruits like that, we explain like that. Now, one more thing is there. This in Vedanta, we quote one more means of knowledge. We call it as anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi means what? Look, in my hand, there is no orange. There is no orange. What? In my hand, there is no orange. Show me, open your hand. Okay, look at that. Yeah, correct. There is no orange. How do you know there is no orange? There is also a pramanam. Absence of something. So whether it is absence of perception, etc., absence of something is also sometimes quoted as another means of knowledge called anupalabdhi. So these 5 means of knowledge we quote. And don't confuse that with 5 sense organs, because 5 sense organs comes under pratyaksha, the first means of knowledge. Okay. Do you need any of this to know Atma? No, you don't need any of that. I need Shastram to know Atma. Because now I've heard Vedas are a pramanam, Shabda pramanam. Therefore, I need Vedas to know Atma. Well, I think we said earlier, to know the existence of Atma, you don't need the Vedas. Otherwise, there are so many people in the world who won't know that they exist. Hey, to know that you exist, you don't need anything. You don't need the scripture. Veda doesn't say that you exist. Veda only tells us what is this Atma that I am confused about. It only removes the confusion. So I don't need any pramanas to recognize myself, to appreciate myself, to appreciate my existence. And simple things like you go to the doctor and say, I have a stomach ache. And it's painful, comes and goes every day. And then he tells, where is it? And you point to your body and all that you show. Even such a thing called stomach ache, pain in the body. Who is the Shakshi to that? If the doctor is the greatest gastroenterologist in the country, even that person cannot tell you that you have pain. You have to tell that person that I have pain. So that person also relies on you to point out that pain. So how did I know that pain? Is it perception? Did I use my 5 sense organs to recognize this stomach pain, stomach ache? Or what? Inference? Am I inferring that I have stomach pain? Very interesting question it is. So we say it is neither pratyaksham, it is neither anumanam, it is neither upamanam, it is neither arthapattihi, it is neither anupalabdhihi. It is called sakshi pratyaksham. Sakshi. That is, I am aware of it. That pain becomes evident to me due to the way the system is built. It is evident to me. So, it is called Sakshi Pratyaksha, just for your information. So there is so many things in the mind. So when I say I am sad means again I don't use any of those five. It is not an inference. I am sad is not an inference. I am sad is there, and so it is. We call it as sakshi pratyaksham. So we add sakshi pratyaksham to these five means of knowledge. Okay. So therefore, this Atma does not need any of these means of knowledge to become evident, and Atma becomes evident because it is self-evident. It reveals automatically. It just reveals. That's why we call it Swata Siddhaha. Swata Siddhaha. Only Atma is Swata Siddhaha. Means self-established. Nothing is needed to establish Atma. So this word I am. Okay. So far we've been focusing on Nityaha, Sarvagataha, etc. Swamiji says, Puja Swamiji says, I am is an important word in this shloka. I am, achedyoyam. Look at that. That I am is hiding here. Chedyoyam. You have to split it. It becomes achedyaha, ayam, adahyaha, ayam, akledyaha, ashosyaha. So there are three ayams in this shloka. So he says that ayam is an important word. It means this. It means this. And to point out that Atma is not Shunyaha. That Atma is not zero. That Atma is not a non-entity. That Atma is not some non-existent thing. And then he says it is Nityaha. We've seen it before. Atma is Nityaha. Atma is not subject to time. Sarvagataha. Sarvagataha, all-pervasive, which we will see further later on. All-pervasive. Because there are no many Atmas, yet Atma is everywhere. Therefore, Atma is all-pervasive. And yeah, so all-pervasive. And then he uses a word. Oh, it is all-pervasive, but it moves. It can move. Then you have to say, no, it is not possible. It can't move, because if you say Atma moves, then it moved from place A to place B. That means what? Atma was in place A, but then in place B it was not there. Therefore, it moves. Because, we can't all sit in the same place for a long time. And constantly we have to keep on moving and, cheshta. Keep doing all these things. Sitting at one place or standing at one place is impossible. And after a certain period of time. So constantly we have to shake ourselves. So move. So Atma moved. So Atma cannot move because it is Sarvagataha. So he uses the word Sthanuhu. Sthanuhu means it doesn't move. Okay. Then you can say the tree also doesn't move. Tree also doesn't move. The same tree is there. You see, it is always there until it is cut or it becomes old. It falls by itself. It remains there. So it doesn't move, but the tree shakes. So now the cyclones are coming, and so we can see all these things. The tree is also shaking. So it doesn't move, but it is shaking. So Krishna tells us it is not just Sthanuhu, it is Achalaha. Achalaha. So Achalaha here refers to moving in its own place. Doesn't move. That is why mountains are called Achalaha. So those that cannot move, cannot walk, cannot move, called Achalaha. And then Atma is always the same. It is unchanging. Therefore, Sanatanaha. So that is what we want to say here. And so let's translate this shloka. this self cannot be slain. Achedyaha ayam. First two words make one sentence. Achedyaha ayam. So ayam means within brackets you can put I am Atma. I am Atma. Achedyaha. So the next one would be what? I am Atma adahyaha. Adahyaha. So this Atma cannot be burnt, comma, drowned, akledyaha, comma, ashoshyah. So ashoshyah, there is a visarga at the end of ashoshyah. Visarga drops when it is followed by a vowel, ekara. And so ashoshyah ऽyमच. So this self cannot be slain, burnt, drowned or dried. Then what is it? Atma nityaha. I am Atma nityaha. It is changeless. Sarvagataha, all pervading. Sthanuhu, stable. Achalaha, immovable. So here we are using the word stable for sthanuhu. Immovable and eternal. Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha, eternal. So we are careful not to use these words eternal, etc. too often, because we have to explain words, unfold words using words that we already know. We can't explain a new word with another new word. Okay, we can't do that. That's not teaching. So where is Jayakumarji? I want to go to this Isha Yoga Center. Do you know where it is? Yeah, I know where it is. So it is near let's give another example, because so I want to go to Gandhipuram. Gandhipuram is like I know I know where it is. Gandhipuram. Where is Gandhipuram? Gandhipuram is near Gandhi Park. Gandhi Park. Oh, Gandhipuram is near Gandhi Park. Okay, good. Thank you. Now tell me, where is Gandhi Park? Gandhi Park, you don't know? It is near Gandhipuram. So now, so I've told you, I've given so much knowledge now. Okay? And you're scratching your head. You know, what is this guy? How am I going to deal with this person? So this is the teaching. In teaching, we have to be very careful that we don't introduce new words to describe more new words. So we are a bit cautious about that, because even the word eternal, it's to be unfolded, because there is nothing we know that is eternal. And so just a translation, we just leave it like that. Nityaha, sanatanaha. These words mean the same thing. Okay. So we have time here for this chanting this shloka. So now Arjuna is going to say, okay, Krishna, fine, I think I got it. I think Krishna is saying the Atma is Achalaha, Atma is Nityaha, Atma is Adahyaha, because your Atma is Achedyaha, because you are worried that you are going to kill all these people. Atma cannot be killed. You might kill Drona, but Atma cannot be killed. Don't worry. And therefore don't grieve here, Arjuna. But Arjuna might say, wait a minute, fine, Krishna, who said I grieved for Atma? Who said I grieved for Atma? I am sad because Bhishma is going to die. I'm sad because I can't, my Acharya Drona, he gives very good lectures, so nice to hear. And from Dronacharya, so many things. And he's the greatest archer, and everything I learned is from Dronacharya. Every day I feel like just going to him, doing some Pada Puja and learning something from him. So I'm worried about Dronacharya. I'm not worried about Atma. I understand Atma is Achedya. But Drona is Chedya. Bhishma is Chedya. I'm worried about those people. That is why I'm sad. Krishna. And So, look at the job Krishna has to do. Poor Krishna. He wanted to be a charioteer and then now ended up answering all Krishna's questions. So let's chant this shloka. Krishna is telling Arjuna that an answer to his potential doubt. So let's, who would like to chant here? Yeah, Sukanya, go ahead.
I'll unmute.
So we are chanting verse number 25. Avyaktoyam
Avyaktoyam achintyoyam. Sorry.
achintyoyam
Avyaktoyam achintyoyam.
avikaryoyam
Avikaryoyam
uchyate
yate
tasmadevam
tasmadevam
viditvainam
viditvainam
nanushochitum
nanushochitum
arhasi
arhasi.
avyaktoyamachintyoyam
Avyaktoyam achintyoyam.
avikaryoyamuchyate
Avikaryoyam uchyate
tasmadevam viditvainam
tasmadevam viditvainam
nanushochitumarhasi.
nanushochitumarhasi.
So this word we have not encountered before. Vyaktaha, avyakta. Nice word in our Shastram. Very important word. Vyaktaha. Vyaktaha means that which is manifest. That which is perceived. It's called Vyakta. And perceived by sense organs, perceived by any other means. Sakshi Pratyaksha. That which one can perceive, one can objectify. So Vyaktaha means that which is manifest. And here Krishna is saying Atma is not an object of any means of knowledge, not an object of the sense organs, and so Avyaktaha, it's not manifest. Not manifest. And okay, so let's just focus on perception. It is not an object of perception. Avyakta. Can't be perceived. Why it can't be perceived? Because the perceiver is Atma, not the perceived. When you say, I perceive Atma, then I ask you, who perceived Atma? That who is what we are talking about. And so, Atma cannot be perceived. Atma is Avyakta. Now, perhaps Atma can be inferred. You can't perceive Atma, but like the fire on the mountain, Atma can be inferred. Okay? And no, Krishna says achintya. Achintya. Inference means using the mind and then using the vyapti we have. Vyapti means what? Using the knowledge we have, that there is no smoke without fire. That's knowledge. You are using that knowledge to infer that there is fire in the mountain. It's a very important vyapti, that our past knowledge is so important in order to make all these inferences. Otherwise, you can't. And so, can I infer Atma? Then Krishna says, achintyaha. Okay. And in fact, it is Atma that makes inference and perception possible. So, there is no question of Atma being Vyakta or Chintyaha. Then what? Then he says, Avikarya. Avikarya. This also we have seen before. Avikarya means free from change. Changeless. Changeless. Atma is free from change. Everywhere I see change is constant. Some change or the other is happening. The tree today, the plant I see today is different from the plant I saw yesterday because it was raining. And my goodness, you can see how plants grow faster when there is water, when there is good sunshine after the rain, everything. You suddenly see these trees with more leaves are there, more branches have come. And the tulsi plant also, even though it doesn't grow very big and all that, tulsi plant also looks fresh, looks different from yesterday. Yesterday it was hot, and so it was all drooping like this. So today it's just standing up. And so this change is constant. And we see this all the time. And Krishna says, Atma is avikaryaha. Avikaryaha because for something to change, it must have parts. It must have some parts. It must be finite. It must have some parts. And Atma is niravayavaha. It is partless. And therefore, there's no question of change for Atma. Okay. So, avikaryaha, ayam uchyate. So, ayam Atma, avikaryaha uchyate. This Atma is said to be changeless. So, avyaktoyam, achintyoyam, avikaryoyam uchyate. Atma is not perceived, not manifest, avyaktaha. Atma is achintyaha, not inferred, therefore achintyaha. Not objectified. So, achintya also means not objectified. And then avikaryaha, it is changeless. Okay. So, the rest of the shloka we will see. It's not difficult. It is, he says, may you not grieve. Na anusochitum arhasi. And we'll continue this discussion in the next class. Okay. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samastas sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalini desho yam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayaha Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya Om purnamadah purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate Purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.